Hey guys, it's Karashkur here, and this time I want to be doing something different. And by different, I mean I have just placed on team ranked on Diamond 1. So this is the first time I'm actually getting to Diamond 1 in team ranked. So this is nice. I've had a series of two very interesting games, and also due to the name team game, it was a nice team game because my my partner was also pretty good, and we did have some good coordination, and they turned out to be very good games. We did have the inferior army number at some points, but still we managed to beat our opponents. Also, I was raiding, he was creating units, and also we won due to very good coordination in the way in which we attacked. So let's start with the first game. And I have been playing some team games every now and then because I like them. They're pretty cool, but until this point I was that kind of player that would just focus on his own stuff, and I wouldn't mind what my team was doing. So depends. Sometimes I'm a good team player, sometimes I just do stuff on my own. So I'm not super into team games as much as I'm into solo play. But the start is the same. It's usually more intense um, to focus on different things. So anyway, I'm just gonna look at each player. I think I don't have the panoramic view again. My scouting pattern was also very dumb. Okay, let's see what my I don't know how to say my partner. Nah, that sounds gay. um, yeah, what my ally is doing, right? He is an ally after all, and through good alliances we have won the game. So just scouting out what's happening. Currently, the Mongols player, in my opinion, not the best way to start, but okay. Meanwhile, here we have the Aoe4 player. Everyone just minding his own business. Everything is fine. I'm trying, through the replay, I'm also trying to look at what was happening on the map, what I did miss, what I didn't miss. I'm just trying to learn and observe what was happening. And if my reactions were appropriate, this is the more important thing. And yes, my scouting was very bad. I was very angry when I saw this. I also wonder which way he came. Through the middle, right through the middle. Nice. Okay, so I think this is how I'm going to do it from now on as well. I hope the audio is correct. I hope everything is alright. Let's just enjoy the game. Also, I'm learning the build orders of my opponents, or at least an approximate build order by just watching the replay. I can't wait for the patch. Meanwhile, the Mongol player is doing the typical tower rush. The Ayubit player did a very good scouting pattern. Especially by going in the back of your opponent. You always have sheep around your base. So it's either you go and take your sheep, or you just go forward and take your opponent's sheep from the back. I also want to see the Mongols build order, so what did he do wrong? I don't think it was wrong of him to build on this uvu. Actually, it's much more preferred than here because it's further in the front compared to my uvu, which is also in the front. But when the uvu is in the back, you're getting 10 extra seconds in which your army isn't there. At the same time, I'm just looking around what my opponent was doing, and also I didn't find the Mongol gold initially, or I didn't suspect he was there. Yeah, so this is what inevitably happens with Mongol spearmen. But this is a result that you can achieve with scouts as well, with horsemen. If your opponent isn't fast enough, you can destroy the mining camp or take some resources off it before the enemy spearmen come. So sometimes your opponent doesn't do spearmen, surprisingly. Okay, now that I went for in the next age, I realized I didn't have enough wood to build the archery range, which was bad. So I sent my villager back on wood. I had 4 on gold. I had 10 gathering from the berries because I was without sheep. And this was my current army composition. Meanwhile, my Byzantine ally was struggling with the spearmen. Of course, you can always send a villager in to repair this in order to deny the Mongols bounty. So this is a moment where you could consider sending 2 villagers just to repair a little bit. When you see them attacking, just run back. They will get the gold eventually. Or maybe if you are faster with the archery range, you can get the spearmen out and chase them back to their tower. Meanwhile, I was chasing, with my 3 horsemen, I was chasing a desert raider, and since I didn't find the Mongols' gold, I decided to go for the Ayubid player. I would train Mangudai, send them to my ally to help him with the spearmen, but then I realized there is nothing I can do with the Mangudai there, because they will get in the tower eventually, so then I decided to go full in for the Ayubid. Blacksmith and a slow wheelbarrow. Mangudai, Keshik, horseman. Mostly Keshik. Right now I'm producing a Keshik, a single Keshik. I could go for another horseman, then for 2 Keshik, and continue just pumping Mangudai from the archery range. Town center idle. Okay, let's see what my ally is doing. His problem is the Mongols right now. So he's seeing that I'm raiding. I'm also losing units, 15 in the town center. Pretty dangerous. So I'm left with not much. Keshik has been rallied through here, but I noticed that. So yeah, what I wanted to say is that this tower is kind of your responsibility. Not really, but I decided, okay, yeah, it's something you're going to clean off eventually, because the tower is just like the mess that's left of something that is inefficient. Meanwhile, I still have, okay, only one horseman, but I did kill a villager with the other two. I did chase the desert raider. I think my two horsemen were more efficient than this Mongol's tower. Let me know what you think. I'm still continuing to produce horsemen to compensate for the fact that I cannot produce so many keshiks due to the lack of gold. But I felt safe, so I decided to go for the deer and for the resources in my back. Meanwhile, my ally on olive oil, mercenary house. Longbowmen are a very good addition to this kind of cavalry composition in a bigger fight. Deer stones should have been here somewhere. This one is improved. I don't know what the Mongol player was doing. Ah, okay. Yeah, and I think my ally spotted him, and then we decided, okay, we're going to go for him. Let's see the look of the Mongol player. Ouch. Okay, he should have run back. But there was still no army to protect him from the Ayubids. Yeah, and the signal arrow is so slow. Yeah, and he decided to go for my cavalry, killing one Keshik. I should have actually went for these ones, for the Khan, for the reinforcements. Not many units from the Ayubid player, but now he is pumping Gulams. It's a little bit late. It would have been good for them to engage together, but it didn't happen. Yeah, and I pushed him out, put the signal arrow, and let my ally fire on him. And this is where we started to do some good damage. Khan has been killed. I'm taking out the Mangudai. I'm letting only the cavalry inside these fights. But danger was looming because we have Gulams coming on towards the Mongol base. We decided to go for the barracks at least. The Mongols player was doing alright, but he kind of panicked, and I think he garrisoned too many villagers. He still has 25 idle villagers. It's not really good to keep your villagers for too long like this. And I noticed his eco getting so weak, and maybe this was one of the factors. This was one of the factors which contributed to his economy being weak. But also my composition was not so okay because I had only 2 Keshik. I should have built another stable to create more horsemen and Keshik. So to balance out, you want to have more melee cavalry units than ranged cavalry units, ideally. Except if you're going against full spearmen, which is not or never the case. Okay, we decided to... Yeah, we decided to retreat. We said, okay, we're going to retreat at your base because we have to defend now because of the Gulams coming. Still, I knew I was okay with the cavalry, so I went in and killed another bunch of villagers. And yeah, now he is back in production, but I want to see he has only 32 economy compared to my 43, so not an extremely big difference. Ayubid 41, which how many did I have? 43, so I was on more economy than the Ayubids, and here 45. So I was okay. I was in parallel with the Byzantines, which is okay. Byzantines doing well. I wasn't even aging up yet, although I should have. Okay, another raid. I think this one was already too much, like an exaggeration. But I was hoping to get the Ayubid player to go into that direction. And then I realized I have to push out units. But we were playing it very chill, very tactical, although my ally wasn't paying attention here. He lost nearly all of his units, but fortunately the Mangonel didn't get a second shot directly like this, so he was still doing good damage at this point, although he could have retreated, because I'm retreating. When I see them retreating, I'm retreating as well. So I always retreat when my allies retreat, because I'm always feigning retreat. So my attacks are based on retreat, and that's what make them efficient. That's how I try to get as less units killed as possible, and use my army as efficiently as possible. Feigned retreat. And it's impossible not to bite it. You can say, oh yeah, okay, a conqueror player would not bite the feigned retreat, but this is how the fighting is happening, with a very logical or well-timed retreats and attacks. And I think this is how many other attacks are happening. Currently chasing, and exactly the battle is going into that direction, so we're going to face the reinforcements. But man, these camels are so heavy. Impossible for the Mongolai to kill. Not much happening here. I want to see resources. Very low on resources here, yeah. So this is the thing with Ayubids. They have a power spike in age 3 where they get super buff. When they start pumping out Gulams, they're buff. But you should still be able to beat them, because they're going to come in your base. They shouldn't have cancelled, because they would have retreated. My army is so weak. And at this point I should have brought it back home. Yeah, this was risky, and I think I was slowing him down, but not by too much. And it was such a clumsy maneuver. Although the towers didn't hit my force was okay. So I was okay. The towers were hitting the Keshik. And then I realized, oh damn, my army is running in different directions, because I wasn't seeing what was happening here. I didn't know about the walls. So I'm just running. And it works. It really works. Meanwhile, I'm struggling here in my base, and I have went for the second town center because I felt eco-wise I was so behind. I'm getting some balanced projectiles to get some more kills with these ones. I was like, okay, Mongolai upgrade, I want the Mongolai upgrade. I wasn't producing many units though. I wanted these to be buffed. But it was not the right timing, honestly. And my ally arrived, although he could have chilled in his base for a little longer. Okay, some villager kills, not bad. Worth it? Worth it. He was not paying attention, although he pinged that he was arriving. I'm always with my eyes on the on the army more than on what is happening in my base. Although I should more often click F1 and set logical rally points, because I was rallying there. Still, this attack was efficient. Economy 55. Okay, I'm going to look on Maverick because, okay, yeah, he is keeping up with his town center. Okay, yeah, he's doing fine. Yeah, I was on 2 town centers. Eco-wise, I think he already has upgrades. Yeah, it's not bad. He doesn't have this though. Okay, and the Mongols are coming. Yeah, that's bad. I shouldn't have run there. It should have been like, okay, yeah, he's there. But I decided, okay, I'm just going to scare him off, and then I'm going to run away. I'm going to keep my Mongolai, and okay, and no, the Mongol player did a very bad maneuver. He retreated into his allies' base somehow. He didn't even target my Mangudai. I was throwing the rest of my Keshiks into the Gulams. This fight shouldn't have happened. We should have retreated. We should have retreated here. All army lost, and with the Gulams it would have been impossible to save these crossbowmen from the archer fire. My army was diminished because I was tanking with the Keshiks. And then I realized, okay, Mongols are coming. I still have some units left. I'm building units in my base. I'm just going to raid the supply line of the Mongols and then head back. While my opponent is also heading back. My ally is heading back, and the opponent can attack, no problem. Here are the rest of my units with these heals. It should be an okay army, but I'm going back to the Mongols. Now I'm exaggerating here. So this was bad. This shouldn't have happened. I should have at least healed these ones. So it's like, it's exaggerated what I'm doing. It's just because, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. No, back. Extended behind. Nice walls here. Here a fortress would have been bombed. 2 more on stone, and this could have changed. And yeah, okay, now Aoe4 decided this is the right moment to attack. My army is dead. I'm not reinforcing, and he attacks, and he's going through the landmarks. You can just place landmarks like walls and just and just lure them in, and then just kill them off somehow with a tower, Springald Tower. This should have been upgraded, and another one here, and this would have been a killing pit here, plus the bonus. But what else would he have done? I mean, he would have had to go all the way to the back where all my villagers were. This is scouting. This is why scouting is so important. And as Mongols, this is why scouting, counter scouting with 1, 2, 3, 4 towers here, so they don't see what's happening in the back, is also pretty dope. But meanwhile, okay, the fighting continues. It's a constant fight. Okay, blue army, big army, Byzantine army. We're attacking. Lots of Keshiks here. Lots of 8 Keshiks. That's okay. We're going in, we're pushing in. This is very good. But at the same time, we're having a big raid here. which is being fended off by Varangian guards. So the Varangian guards, the Vikings, are protecting the Byzantines here. I would love to see Vikings in this game. The Varangian guards. And maybe have some castle units, Varangian guards. Recall Varangian guards. Viking. Bam. And you have 5 Varangian Byzantine super upgraded Varangian guards. Meanwhile, the cavalry is back. I want to see. Okay, what does he see? What does he see? He doesn't see. I don't know what he sees. I'm not very sure based on this, but I don't think he brought a scout through here. I don't think he brought a scout through here. What else can I do except raid? Small army from the Ayyubids. Very, very slow training times here for Ayyubids, I think. He also built lots of towers though. Mongols. No idea what's happening here with the Mongols. I don't know who this player is. He's also not scouting. He doesn't know. They don't know what's happening in the middle, and in the middle was the place where lots of the stuff happened. And here I'm sending my army in. The Mongols player arrived, and I wanted to show what true Mongol means by pushing my cavalry into the Mongol archers, just bringing them in the corner. Yeah. The slaughter at Baghdad, or whatever the capital of the Ayyubids was. Alexandria. Was it Alexandria? Or Cairo? Whatever. Okay, yeah, so this was the game. Alright. I'm gonna pause the video or start a new one. I don't know. I think it's much better if I just continue with this video and just post these two in a series, because they're not so long. They're like 20-25 minutes each. Okay, so this was the first one. The second one was here. Okay, so what was this? Yeah, okay, so this match was against a Conqueror player. So I didn't even check, I didn't even realize, and maybe it's good because then you don't panic, that LT Boot, cheers to him, props to him, is Conqueror 1. Highest? I don't know, maybe he got Conqueror 3 and then just took a break. No, okay. Probably he got Conqueror 1 and said, okay, I'm gonna stop here and just gonna go up with the team games, and I'm fine. Yeah, I'm joking. No, that's what actually I did. So I'm just reaching, okay, I'm reaching Conqueror 1. I'm just gonna stop here. Next season they're going to put an update and it's going to be so much better. Anyway, okay. Match history. So let's get back to the match. And the other player in the match was okay, Platinum 3. So this should have balanced it out somehow. My ally was also Diamond 1, I think. Yeah. Anyway, let's check. Let's go for the replay and see. It's interesting. This game was also interesting. I felt it was so slow. Somehow it felt so slow the entire game. And I was trying to keep up with my APM. Although I checked and my APM was at 180, although everything felt so slow. Japanese Abbasid. Unfortunately, the Japanese player was very slow, I think. He took some attacks and he didn't have much to create, just like the Abbasid in the previous game. But let's see. I realized how far the Uvu was, and I decided to go only with 2. Even the stable would be in the back completely, and I said, okay, I'm just going with 2, and I'm not going to worry too much about it. Although I want to stop the Abbasids from getting a second town center or delay them. So that was my goal. My ally somehow was very fixated and very scared of the of Japan. Although now I'm looking at their names, and MV Boot, LT Boot. I think LT Boot is a pretty good player, and he's showing someone MV Boot how to play. That's okay. I think he felt like, okay, maybe I can go 1v2, and yeah, sounds cool. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that with someone next season. Meanwhile, scout passing through here. Let's see what's going on. I don't like to reveal the map because of reason. Okay, from now on I'm going to scout like super clockwise. Where my horsemen are going, I don't care. And a few games ago I was thinking, okay, maybe to just go scout before horsemen, because the horsemen will arrive more as a surprise. But at the same time, I have always seen how important the element of hurry is. And yeah. Okay, purple getting quite a few sheep though. He also went counterclockwise, I think. Or not? Yeah. And if you get the second scout, you might be getting the extra sheep around your base. MV boot and LT boot. Let's see. What are they doing? So I'm not fixated at all on this stone. Not yet. I don't know what I'm doing wrong about my scouting patterns. 6, 7 sheep. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my scouting patterns, but I realized it's always luck. It's somehow, I don't know. And then I get some scouts later, and the Khan merges with the army, and I'm done for. And that's why I like scouts usually. Not in this game for some reason. Although I mentioned previously how important scouting is, I decided, okay, Khan and horseman, and I'm just gonna stop Ayubid from getting stone and from getting a second town center, without realizing that maybe it's better with Abbasid to wait until they get their wing, because maybe they don't get their military wing, and then you're free to attack. Because if they get military wing, it's impossible to actually do something. Just preparing the villager, lubing up the villager, striking just in time when he arrived at the berry bush, and he's gone. That's how it happens. That's how a horseman rush works. You don't know when it hits you. Meanwhile, my ally scouting out the Japanese. Okay, it's good. If everyone is fixated on his opponent, then it's okay. I didn't even check whether the Abbasid player was Conqueror. It's only my ally wrote this in the chat after we finished the game, and maybe it was better because I didn't bother with him. I was focused on raiding so much, and it worked. And after Abbasid, I went for the Japanese player. 3 horsemen by now. Town center dripping arrows in the base. of the Byzantines, a mercenary house was built, and an archery range is soon to follow. Going for longbowmen, Keshik would be so unnecessary. The other ones, javelin throwers, would have been good maybe in this situation. I was thinking I think my biggest fear is of the Malians. Because I don't know how to go about defeating Malians. I think tower rush and spearmen is the best thing you can do. And then just push with rams. No need to bother with horsemen, they will get their spearmen. Just 1, 2 throwing spearmen and this is gone. You can go for a scout, definitely. But maybe spearmen is the way to go. Spearman rush. Okay, now we're extending. Okay, he got his 2 spearmen, 2 archers, plus 1 plus 2, 4 archers, 3 spearmen. Not very easy to invade at this stage of the game. That's okay. Everyone is focusing on his stuff. Japanese player going for Onabu Geisha. Good choice maybe. To have mixed in 1 or 2 spearmen would have been okay, because horsemen are okay against Onabu Geisha, so they can easily fight. Yeah, I should have left that attack. But we're not done here. Yeah, so this is a good counter to what I have. Okay, horseman done. And okay, if you see you have 1 horseman that looks like this, bring him back to the base. I could have done that. So I'm very, I don't know, I feel very good at microing, so I like to move my units like Total War Attila, Total War Rome Attila. I liked it a lot with horse archers to just go around enemy units, squeeze them in, front lines, also pretty cool. I also like front line play, so I like to go for men at arms and other units. Okay. Japanese getting attacked. Pretty rough for Japan. No access to gold at all. Very bad. But also no defense coming from the Abbasids. So Conqueror won, but okay. I mean, honestly, Abbasid player. If I were the Abbasid player, I would just, I don't know how to deal with this kind of annoying feigned retreat. How? Can't focus on anything. But you kind of pick a spot where it feels safe. You build a wall. Maybe you start by going for the places where you know that they won't hit you. Like, okay, keep your base on without, maybe a tower here would have been super good. And defend it with your army, sure. Engage, take engagements. Just picking up some units, causing some chaos, and destroy buildings. What's happening here? Yeah, a wall. Okay, yeah, this is the good play. A wall here would have been so much better. Although longbowmen can reach this, but you could build like a small mill here and this wall included, and so I think yeah, Mangudai are scared of walls. So this kind of army is easily countered by walls, and that's how you counter the Mongol, this kind of Mongol attacks. Okay, Japan is going for horsemen being attacked. No access to gold, but this is what you do when you don't have access to gold. Spearmen, why no spearmen? This is bad. Look. This is gold 1. So much food, and okay, distribute some of these villagers to this wood. Maybe make a small base around here with the extra wood, and start pushing there somehow with spearmen, because yeah, this kind of army is afraid of spearmen. And yeah, okay, they're pushing. And yeah, this is yeah. When the Mongol leaves his ally, then they're going back. Stuff is happening. Okay, only one Keshi killed though. I decided to dive in. Okay, nonetheless. So this was my thinking. Okay, my ally is totally destroyed. What can I do? I can dive in. I have the Keshik. I have the defense to do that. And I can dive in, kill some units, and I did do quite some damage. And then I'm going to retreat at my base. I usually just retreat my army somewhere in the forests in team games, to be honest, and I'm focusing on what I'm doing at home, focusing on my economy, and I don't know how my allies interpret this, but I like to retreat my army. But also I think my ally should have retreated his, maybe make a safe point here, because again I think Byzantines and any other player who is allied to a Mongols player should have like some kind of front base, maybe even here, because we got attacked here once. Maybe a front base here where the deer stones are because of the movement buff, or also yeah, some walls here. This kind of wall is also very good, especially because the opponent was going for the horsemen. Yeah, I'm not doing well for my army. I should have went for H3. I lost 3 Mangudai there. It was not clever of me to keep my army here, and I should have brought my units back. Meanwhile, I'm trying to age up really hard. I'm behind with aging up, and it actually started to cost me quite a lot. And I didn't even have too many production buildings, and yeah, I wasn't in a very bright spot. H2 still. Not many resources in the bank, to be honest, but this was the chance. I had upgrades. I was in an okay spot. I needed the gold. I needed the food for that. Meanwhile, wolf. Here my ally was under attack. Unfortunately, my army was just scouting around, looking around. But yeah, also it's good to have some Limitane to defend. Meanwhile, just a small raid to push them off. Super annoying, yeah. But I felt like I had a good moment where I could do that. Ooh, and this push off was really bad. 38 economy. I don't know how many villagers he lost there, but it seems like 4, maybe even 5. Maybe even 6 because of the ones that vanished or the ones that I don't see, but I lost nearly my entire army. But I think it was worth it. I think I catapulted the Japanese player behind by quite a lot. Finally, Japan is doing something about the gold situation. Just about time. Floating gate. Abbasid still no defense. Not even a tower. But okay. Only one tower here to defend the berries. The rest, I think he felt quite confident with his unit composition that he could defend it. And indeed, Mangudai and other units are countered like this. I'm very insistent with these raids, as you can see. Even though I'm not doing much, I'm just trading a few units, but also causing mayhem and chaos because it's super annoying. Yes, you should have done this earlier under different forms, because if you would have walled this here, you would have created a killing pit. Another way to counter this kind of tactic, killing pits. Basically just build walls here if they scout. Although I think I also scouted this out, that there is no wall here. Meanwhile, Byzantines behind the Japanese base. Okay, relics are being brought in. Japanese attacked in his base. Here I think I didn't react appropriately. I think I should have went for this. The spearmen attacking here. Limitane, archers. Meanwhile, the entire Mongol horde is running away from some spearmen. The fighting here gets very intense. Only now do the Mongols return. Meanwhile, not many units being produced by the Japanese, just 27, 2 military economy, 26. Ouch. Here it's alright, but damn. 56, 63. Abbasid behind villagers. But still Abbasid doing still okay with his army, but he cannot protect Japan. He cannot do anything. I think it's also just a matter of logistics. Also, Mangonel shot. Diminishing the Byzantine front line. Mangonel has been destroyed. Lots of Keshik died. And this was it. Yeah, so this was the second game, and this meant Conqueror, not Conqueror. Yeah, Diamond won in team games, and these two games were pretty fun, and very cool in terms of what was happening on the front lines and the attacks, but also in terms of economy. So, yeah. Anyway, the season is ending soon in 2 days. I'm not gonna touch this anymore, I think. But yeah, can't wait for season 8 to start. I'm very curious, especially about what's going to happen in August. So anyway, I think we're going to see each other and everyone in the ladder and see how far the next season will go. See ya.